Slight mirage appearing on
We always seem to be having problems with the Clouds family.
Problems is probably the wrong word.
We call them brothers, we call them everything.
We say we mean you mostly.
Next we'll be calling them sisters.
Anyway, what is definite is that the Pitbike 140 and Moto teammates is about to get underway. The marshals have moved from the side of the grid. We can wait very patiently. The riders out there, maybe not in the heat, and we're just getting everyone ready. It's such a large entry for this weekend as ever. It gives a bit more difficulty to get everyone into the right place at the right time. Still a very long hold on the grid before we can get underway.
It's Simon Clouds having problems with his grid position. That happened last time, I'm fairly sure.
Is it Simon Clouds having issues?
Yeah. He's just finished moving about.
Well, we've been given the all clear at the back now anyway, so everyone looks towards the lights. Will Howarth in second, but it is Harvey Claridge on pole position. A bad start though for Will Howarth. Ashley Midwood did sort of come up indeed from the line very quickly indeed. Luckily no one got involved with Will Howarth, who struggled over the line into turns 3 and 4 already. So far, everyone just about getting through cleanly, but it's such a large order, it can take a long time for everyone to filter out. Nonetheless, though, Will Howarth struggled off the start there, definitely a big shame for Will, but hopefully gets a bit closer to his Moto team compatriots over the course of the race. 14 laps, and so far, Harvey Claridge is the one who's leading the order, but only just.
Harvey Claridge leading. I think that's Jay King who's got into second, or is it third? Third place for Jamie King at the moment. No, everyone just breezing through. Terrible start for Will Howarth. What happened there? We do not know. I'm sure he'll pick his way through the pack though. Rossi Banham puts a big move on the inside of someone at turn 1. That fast left-hander, that scary left-hander really for a first turn. Those better turns in the world to be having. All the way through they go, then at the hairpin now, out of the hairpin, down the back straight they go. Everyone just filtering through. Sam Clouds getting racy there in the middle of the pack. He's trying to go with Rossi Banham. Those two are side by side more or less all of the time. Sam Clouds has just made a move. It looks like he may have got Ian Jackson, so that's for the top 10 positions.
So far, Harvey Claridge just ahead of Ashley Midwood, who has got Jamie King well and truly involved in there. Dropped back a little bit, Ashley, so Ashley Midwood is having Max Cook, the pressure of Max Cook, not just behind him, but now ahead of him into second place. Max Cook, now he's been released, and now one of the British Talent Cup riders released up towards Harvey Claridge, so they're going to have a battle they're used to over a few more weekends every single year. Claridge then ahead of Cook with Ashley Midwood in third. James Blackburn now up into fourth.
He's just made a mistake.
Jamie King.
James Blackburn's just made a mistake on wide, ran wide. Jamie King got him back at the hairpin. Bit of a moment going in. So James Blackburn loses a place. Jamie King now up into fourth place. He's the king of that battle.
Very good, Kiko. Very good indeed. For more of that, you can send us a tweet at M Sport Radio. Give us your punt names for moves at the moment. Still all changed. Jamie King getting well and truly involved with some fantastic scrapes so far. Over the line, there you go. In fourth place, ahead of James Blackburn. Will Howarth getting involved and past Reece Garland in 17th. And so far, Harvey Claridge with the fastest ever, 47.126, 1.9 seconds ahead of Max Cook and Ashley Midwood.
Will Howarth, we said he bridged the gap. He has bridged the gap. He is now in that battle for 6th position. He is right there with them. He's looking to get past one of the riders. Looks like he's just gone past James Blackburn. So Will Howarth breaks into the top 5 now. May have been Jamie King. He's definitely in the top 5 either way. So Jamie King being pushed back by the looks of things, and moving forward, Will Howarth.
Starting to catch up though, and as they come over the line, the battle between Harvey Claridge and Max Cook has increased only slightly, only by about a tenth and a half, which is not much, but just enough to take that little bit of pressure off. And Max Cook always pushing as hard as he can. Enjoys a great scrap in the Pitbike 140 and Moto team races. James Blackburn and Will Howarth now ahead of Jamie King, so Jamie King now down to 7th. with Reece Garland, James Buchanan, Rossi Banham and Ian Jackson, the top 10 now.
Will Howard has just gone through, passing James Blackburn, they're neck and neck round the long left-hander at the end of the back straight, but Will Howard has made the move stick. Fantastic stuff. So Will Howard up into 4th place. Ashley Midwood is the next on his hit list.
Well, the 129 had pulled off to the right-hand side of the circuit on the final corner. Got to restarting now and just being lapped, so is not too bad. Has gone on the way, so not a problem indeed. Yellow flags now back in. We have got 5 laps completed. On to lap 6, 9 laps left to go in this race, and the gap between Claridge and Cook still extending. It's still Claridge and Cook first and second. Ashley Midwood has got about a second and a half now ahead of Will Howarth, but Will Howarth was a second faster than Ashley on that last lap. So the number 40 in 3rd place before too long is going to be challenged by our leading Moto team rider.
Harvey Claridge still leading, Max Cook second, Ashley Wood, Will Howarth and James Blackburn. Further down the field though, interesting battle with Rossi Banham. He is surrounding himself with Ian Jackson and Sam Clowes at the around the end of the top 10 mark. Sam Clowes looks like he's got Blake Ansell all over the back of him, as well as Felix Hearn, but at the moment the gap at the front, 2.5 seconds. Harvey Claridge and Max Cook. Max Cook not being able to get to that gap down at the moment. Of course, we have 8 laps to go. Plenty enough time for something to go wrong.
2.5 seconds is the gap between our 2 race leaders. The gap now half a second between Midwood and Howarth for 3rd place through the infield section of the circuit for the riders, and they are giving it their all, making their way up towards the hairpin, the left-handed hairpin in the far end of the circuit, and now through has gone Will Howarth, now up into 3rd place through the final couple of corners into the left-hander. The final left-hander made the position stick on the inside line, defended it very nicely indeed. So now into 3rd place is going Will Howarth. 5.5 seconds behind Max Cook, who's now started to close in on Harvey Claridge. It's now a second and a half between Claridge and Cook for the race lead. Down in Moto team, Darren Anderson is still second in class in 17th, with Henry Reduce in 18th, separating Simon Clowes, Jason Pugh and Fraser Kinnaird, the lower reaches of the teens and 20th onwards position.
Rossi Banham 9th place, still chasing down James Buchanan. The gap has gone up significantly now. We're looking now downfield. Simon Clowes looks like he may have got Darren Anderson. I don't know if that's been a mistake for Darren Anderson, but it looks like Simon Clowes has got past him. That is the battle for 17th on track, but it is overall in that class the battle for 2nd. Will Howarth is now 3rd as well. We should point out Will Howarth 3rd. And really starting to break away from James Blackburn and Ashley Midwood, setting off after Max Cook, although I don't think he's going to get there. Looks like the front 3 may well just stay as they are.
Well, just a lap ago, Ashley Midwood was in 4th place. James Blackwood having gotten past Jamie King a second and a half behind Ashley Midwood, but lapping almost 7/10 of a second quicker, so he's going to close in with no doubt in the next couple of laps. 5 laps left to go. Lap 9 completed for Harvey Claridge and Max Cook. 1.1 now is the gap between Claridge and Cook, who can really start to smell the top step of the podium, as we have got a yellow flag on the side of turn number 5. Rider is up and on the bike, just waiting to get it restarted. Will Howard still 3rd. Has got a decent gap now on James Blackwood. In return, Ashley Midwood starting to follow.
Max Cook is closing down the leader, Harvey Claridge. The gap was 1.1. I can tell you it definitely isn't 1.1 now. It's much, much closer as they come through down into the last corner now. Harvey Claridge leading this race was by 1.1. It is now by, I'm going to go for 0.4. When it clicks over, we will see. But Harvey Claridge has got company now with Max Cook.
And we've got a rider who's gone down on turn number 3.
Fraser Kinnaird has dropped it on the exit of turn 2.
Back up on the bike and getting underway once again. But the race leaders are side by side, getting very close through the traffic Harvey Claridge just about holding on to the race lead. Max Cook in the tow, going to look one way than the other into the left-hander, is closing in on the braking just a bit later, just a bit longer, can really use the traction afforded through the left and then the right-handed hairpins back to back. Just a short run around and quite a long right-hander and then the left-hander. The final corner, turn number 10, that will bookend the lap, but Max Cook on the coattails of Harvey Claridge. Over the line they go once again, and as it goes into turns 2 and 3, still Claridge versus Cook. 0.4 of a second over the line, much less so as they make their way through the riders in the race. So big order, they've got to really work their way through. Harvey Claridge made a move on one of the riders in the Moto team category. Max Cook could not follow, dropping him just a couple of machine lengths down. That's just enough to give him a bit of breathing space. 3.5 laps left to go, however, Harvey Claridge has got to focus because he's still got Max Cook behind him.
Big battle for 10th place with 3 laps to go. Blake Ansell and Sam Clouds are going head to head. They are currently in that battle for 10th place, keeping it neat and tidy so far. How much longer, we don't know. As they come to the line, then it is Harvey Claridge who leads this race still from Max Cook. Max Cook with the fastest lap a couple of laps ago, 46.7. But this time around, Harvey Claridge took 3/10 out of Max Cook. They are back together again, out of the hairpin. Short burst to turn 6, the fast left-hander that swings them onto the back straight all the way down. Max Cook will be looking for a bit of slipstream if he can. Through the long left, this is where Max Cook builds through these long corners. At the hairpin now, going to flick right. Max Cook building and building. Tight right-hander, back markers ahead of him. 2 laps to go, soon to be 1 lap to go. Harvey Claridge has almost done everything right. Will he hold on? I don't think he's going to have too much issues, but it's to how many passes will there be. Max Cook is right on his case. They're at the traffic now at turn 2. Max Cook looking on the inside, he's got it. Max Cook has got through. He has gone ahead of Harvey Claridge as they went through turn 2. Harvey Claridge has been caught asleep as far as back markers are concerned. Max Cook ruthlessly speeds his way through, and that looks to me like a race win as the battle that is down for 8th place. James Concannon just holding on ahead of Rossi Bannon, but at the moment Max Cook in the lead. The British Talent Cup star is doing it here at Cool Fab 2.
And unfortunately for Harvey Claridge, Max Cook just read the traffic so much better, opted to go right instead of left. That secured him the victory, which he is about to take. The checkered flag is waved. He comes over the line, and Harvey Claridge demoted to second on the final lap with Max Cook, your race winner, aboard the number 30. Harvey Claridge in 2nd place. 3rd place for Will Howarth. He's not mentioned him in such a long time. Still making his way through the final couple of corners. 11.2 seconds behind this battle for the lead. And James Blackburn then in 4th place. Ashley Midwood did stay in 5th place. Jamie King just 0.2 of a second, or 0.3 of a second over the line behind Ashley. Another lap he would have had him. I'm sure Jamie always fighting very hard in the Cool Fab Championships. Rhys Garland, James Concannon, Blake Ansell, and then Rossi Bannon, your top 10.